The observation deck of the Valtheron warship hummed with nervous energy as Commander Krell'ix stared at the blue planet rotating beneath them. His forestalks twitched in anticipation. "Status report," he barked, his translator converting his clicks into standard galactic common. "The dispersal pods are ready, Commander," replied Technician Vors, her tentacles dancing across the holographic controls. "Toxygen 9 is loaded and primed. Once deployed, the atmospheric saturation will reach critical levels within 48 hours. Krell'ix allowed himself a moment of satisfaction. Finally, after cycles of planning, the Federation would claim Earth. The planet was too valuable to ignore, rich with resources, positioned perfectly within the habitable zone. There was just one problem. Humans. "Remind me again why we chose Toxygen 9, asked Lieutenant Pyrn from his station. Vors swiveled to face him. "It's brilliant, actually. The compound breaks down into carbon dioxide when exposed to oxygen-rich atmospheres. Mammals like humans need oxygen but cannot survive prolonged exposure to high CO2 concentrations. Their own breathing will poison them." Poetic, really. "And we're certain this will work?" Pyrn pressed. "We've tested it on 17 mammalian species across 9 worlds, Vors said confidently. 100% fatality rate within 72 hours of exposure. The humans won't even know what hit them until it's too late." Krell'ix clicked his mandibles together, the Valtheron equivalent of a smile. "Deploy the pods. Begin Phase 1. The crew erupted in activity. Across the fleet, 300 dispersal pods launched simultaneously, streaking through Earth's atmosphere like falling stars. Within minutes, they began releasing the invisible toxin, pumping trillions of molecules into the air currents that would carry them across every continent. "Commander, incoming transmission from the surface," announced Communications Officer Threll. "It's from their United Nations building." "Already?" Krell'ix's eye stalks straightened in surprise. "Put them through." A human face appeared on the screen. Female, dark skin, graying hair pulled back severely. She wore some kind of formal attire. "This is Secretary General Martinez of Earth's United Nations. We're detecting unusual atmospheric changes and traced them to your vessels. Explain yourselves. Now." Krell'ix let out a rasping laugh. "How delightfully direct. Very well, human. I am Commander Krell'ix of the Valtheron Federation. We are claiming your planet. The compound we've released will make your atmosphere unbreathable within 2 days. I suggest you spend this time making peace with whatever primitive beliefs comfort your species." Martinez's expression didn't change. If anything, she looked bored. "Let me get this straight. You're trying to kill us with carbon dioxide?" "Not trying, human. Succeeding. Toxygen 9 is converting your precious oxygen into something deadly as we speak. Soon you'll be choking on every breath." Martinez actually smiled. "Officer Daniels, could you come here for a moment?" Another human entered the frame. Male, younger, wearing some kind of military uniform. He was holding a beverage can and, was that carbonation fizzing at the top? "Yeah, General," the soldier asked casually before taking a long drink. "Daniels, how are you feeling?" "Fine, ma'am." "Why?" Martinez turned back to the screen. "Commander, what exactly do you think carbon dioxide does to humans?" Krell'ix felt a flutter of uncertainty. It poisons you." "Obviously." "Our scientists confirmed." "Your scientists are idiots," Martinez interrupted. "Humans exhale carbon dioxide. Every single breath. We produce it naturally through cellular respiration. It's a waste product for us." The bridge fell silent. Vor's tentacles had frozen mid-gesture. PYRN's bioluminescent patches were flickering in distress. That's impossible, Krell-9 stammered. No mammalian species, yeah, well, humans aren't just any mammalian species, Martinez continued. We've been breathing in oxygen and breathing out CO2 since before we climbed down from the trees. We literally produced the stuff you're trying to kill us with. Some of us even drink it for fun. She gestured to Daniel's soda. Vors was frantically checking her data screens. Commander, oh no. Oh no, no, no. The atmospheric readings, the CO2 levels are increasing, but humans are everywhere outside. Playing. Working. They're not even reacting. In fact, Martinez added, if anything, you've just made our plants very happy. More CO2 means better photosynthesis. You might have accidentally solved our climate problems. So, thanks, I guess. Krell-9 felt his breathing sacs constrict. 3 cycles of planning. Billions of credits. And they'd based it all on incomplete biological data. Withdraw the fleet, he whispered. Sir? PYRN looked confused. Withdraw the fleet. Krell-9 roared. Before they decide to respond. On the screen, Martinez leaned forward. Oh, Commander? About that response, Martinez's smile widened, and Krell-9 felt every one of his eye stalks shrivel in dread. See, Commander, we've been monitoring your little invasion fleet for 3 weeks now, she said, her tone conversational yet somehow terrifying. We were curious what you'd try. Biological warfare wasn't on our bingo card, I'll admit. We expected something more competent. Secretary General, I assure you this was a misunderstanding, Krell-9 said, hating how his voice synthesizer made him sound desperate. We'll leave immediately and, oh, you'll leave all right, Martinez interrupted. But first, let's talk about proportional response. You tried to genocide 7 billion people. We take that personally. A new human appeared on screen. Older male, wearing what appeared to be a military uniform covered in colored ribbons and metal decorations. His expression could freeze methane. General Hayes, North American Aerospace Defense Command, he announced. Commander Krell-9, our defense satellites have locked onto every ship in your fleet. We've got kinetic weapons, electromagnetic pulse missiles, and some fun experimental stuff we've been wanting to field test. Your shields? Vors checked her console, her tentacles trembling. Commander, they're already penetrating our defensive grid. How are they? We've been in space for almost a century, sweetheart, Martinez said. Did you really think we'd be defenseless? We've been watching the galaxy, learning, preparing. Humans are excellent students, especially when the subject is warfare. PYRN whispered urgently, Commander, sensors show weapons platforms activating on their moon. Their moon? Who militarizes their own satellite? Humans who've been invaded 47 times in the last 60 years by idiots like you, Hayes answered, apparently having heard him. You're just the latest. Now, here's what's going to happen. You're going to transmit every bit of data you have about the Valtheron Federation. Fleet positions, homeworld coordinates, technological specifications. Everything. That's classified military intelligence. Krell-9 protested. Martinez laughed, actually laughed. You just tried to kill my entire species with our own exhalation. You don't get to claim the moral high ground here. Transmit the data, or General Hayes turns your flagship into an expensive fireworks display. We have 300 ships. Krell-9 said, though his confidence was evaporating faster than water on Mercury. We have patience and really good aim, Hayes replied. Your move, bug boy. Threll looked at Krell-9, waiting for orders. Around the bridge, the crew sat frozen. In all his cycles of service, the commander had never felt so thoroughly outmaneuvered. They'd walked into a trap of their own making, poisoning an enemy that was immune to the poison. "Transmit the data," Krell-9 said quietly. "Louder," Martinez demanded. "I want your whole crew to hear you surrender." Krell-9's mandibles clicked in humiliation. "Transmit all classified data to the human military. Full cooperation." "Good boy," Martinez said. "Now, let's discuss reparations." "That's a fancy word for you're going to pay us for wasting our time." "Pay you? With what?" "Oh, I don't know. Technology? Resources? How about that fancy faster-than-light drive you used to get here? We've been stuck with slower-than-light colony ships. Your engines would be a nice upgrade." Vors gasped. "You can't seriously expect us to hand over our propulsion technology." "Actually, yes," Hayes said. "Plus your medical databases, agricultural tech, and any information about other hostile species in the region. Consider it tuition for the lesson you just learned about human biology." "This is outrageous," Krell-9 protested weakly. "No, outrageous was trying to commit genocide," Martinez countered. "This is just business. You attacked us. You failed spectacularly. Now you pay the price. Standard galactic politics, right?" Pyrn leaned toward Krell-9. "Sir, perhaps we should contact the Federation Council, and tell them what?" Krell-9 snapped. "That we spent billions of credits on a weapon that feeds their plants? That we got outsmarted by a species that hasn't even achieved standard galactic status yet? They'll strip my command and laugh about this for generations." "Tick-tock, Commander," Hayes said. "My trigger finger's getting itchy." Krell-9 slumped in his command chair. "Complete and utter defeat. By a species that exhaled their super weapon." "We agree to your terms," he said. "All technology transfers will begin immediately." Martinez nodded. "Excellent. Oh, and Commander? One more thing. You're going to send a message to every world in the Valtheron Federation. You're going to tell them exactly what happened here today. How you tried to gas humanity and failed because you didn't bother researching basic biology. Make it educational. You want me to humiliate myself across the entire Federation? Think of it as a public service announcement," Martinez said cheerfully. "Maybe it'll save some other species from making the same mistake. Humans aren't an easy target. We're stubborn, creative, and we turn everything into a weapon, including our own bodily functions apparently." Hayes grinned. "Plus, we hold grudges. Attack us once, we'll remember for centuries. Try it twice, and we'll show up at your homeworld with a fleet." "Clear. Crystal clear," Krell-9 muttered. "Wonderful. Then this meeting is adjourned," Martinez said. "Safe travels, Commander. And do give our regards to the Federation Council. I'm sure they'll be thrilled to hear about your adventure." The transmission ended. The bridge remained silent except for the low hum of failing dreams and shattered pride. Vors finally spoke. "Sir, what do we tell the crews?" Krell-9 stared at the blue planet below, where billions of humans continued their lives, completely unbothered by what should have been a world-ending attack. "Tell them," he said slowly, "that we've just learned the most expensive lesson in Valtheron history. Never, ever underestimate a species that evolved drinking poison for recreation.